Hello guys, Hugo here, hope you're well. Welcome back to another P3D video. Today we are in the FSLAB A320. In fact, we are in my own livery. At the time of recording, this is not available on the forum. Well, I have made this reg on the forum, but this is a new version. This new version is not on the forum at the time of recording. But I think when this video is out and released, you should be able to download my livery, the updated version from the forum. It's a livery pack, so it contains 3 regs from easyJet Europe. So, wow, just said what we're flying. We're flying easyJet Europe, and we're currently at Athens, and we're flying this A320 back to base into Paris, Orly. Flight time's just going to be over 3 hours, and we're stand Alpha 1, I think that's correct. I could be wrong on that. I tried to look up on what stand it departed from Flight Radar, but it seemed these stands, but maybe not. Maybe it could be the remote stands all the way over there. But we're Alpha 1. We're here. Oh wow. So let's go and get inside the cockpit and let's get set up, because, well, the FSLabs takes a very long time to get set up because it's very realistic. As you can see, it's actually my first time, I think, in a video-wise, that we're flying from the FO view. I like to fly on the right-hand side of the aircraft in the Airbus, just because I find it a lot more fluider, easier. I don't know. I just find it a lot easier to fly and do the systems and everything. Anyway, let's go and get powered up, so external power can go on, and then the batteries as well. RSs can get aligned up, so we get those set to nav. And we can get the nav light on, no smoking on, MO6 lights to armed, and then the packs 2 on, pack 1, and cruise supply oxygen all on. So if we come down to the FMCDUs here, we'll get both powered up. I like so. There we are. And then what we also need to do is set up my well, actually, we're not on VATSIN today, we're offline, but typically, obviously, we're in the right-hand seat, so I get VHF2 active, like so, and obviously disable it on this side. And then we'll have this active if I was on VATSIN. I am not, so I'm going to be leaving that. But I'm going to get the interphone, cabin, and PA system all up, so we can hear all the wonderful cabin announcements and everything, which is amazing. Before we do anything with the MCGs, let's go and quickly set the QNH. So here at Athens it is 1009. There we go, and then down here as well, 1009. FMGC can go on that side, and then I get the AUC menu over on this side. It's been a while since the last flown the FSLabs in the sim, so it's good to be back. If you remember, we have the crazy A cars, which is absolutely amazing. It's not crazy at all, it's actually absolutely amazing. Anyway, our call sign today is Alpine, which is the call sign for easyJet Europe, or EGU, ICAO code. And then we're flying a 65 Quebec Victor. And it requests that. That'll fill up everything with our company route, Costinix 12, and we'll be initially climbing at 340. Who knows, we do a set climb on this flight. Go to init page and request. Sent 3 hours and 8 minutes, and the flight numbers in there. Lovely. OFP data. GSX is causing really weird things with the FSLabs. For some reason, when I try and request fueling and boarding at the same time, so if I were to refuel via GSX, it likes to kill my sim if I click via GSX send. And then if I were to do boarding, I then clicked board now, it decides to, well, yeah, kill my sim. So right now, until I get a situation where it doesn't kill my sim, I'm gonna do instant fueling. So we're gonna do send, and then look up here, and it will go up to the correct amount of fuel, 12.9 tons, like so. Go to the boarding page, and we can go to request, so then board now, and then we should get a little pop-up. We need to enter, and then we'll go OA, and then we'll go get the jetway over. There we go. Okay, I think the fueling, let me just send that off this fuel report. Like so. And then go to receive messages. We got our initial load sheet. It all came through because we did the instant fueling. Taxi time's 12 minutes. So we go to the load sheet. We can see takeoff weight. We ran about just over 73 tons. Kind of heavy, not too heavy, but it's heavy. 73 tons. Don't expect any human to be that. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, whatever. We'll go and request the wins, like so, and those can get requested. So the jetway sounds like it's just connected up now, which it has, and the GSX vehicles are connecting up for themselves. It's 2. There's an Olympic-8 taxiing to the active, an ATR taxiing to the active, and an Aegean A320 taxiing to the active. There's an Emirates 777. That seems like a nice flight. Dubai to Athens. That'd be a cool one to do. And there's some more remote aircraft, the Aegean A320. I remember a while ago from doing a flight from Athens to Amsterdam in the Aegean A320, in a full flight video. Anyway, it sounds like our GSX vehicles are on the move. Where our... there we go. You can see our baggage is all the way over there. But it's not like we've got pallets, so it won't take too long. Right, so... let's go to the flight plan page. This should all be correct. Departing at 03 right. I'm going to take the ATV2 Echo. So yeah, that is correct. That's awesome. Go to init page, and we go to the next page. We just double click the block fuel. On our 0 fuel weight, we can double click that too. Just for now, once we have boarding complete, we'll click it again. That'll update it to the actual 0 fuel weight, which we're expecting 60.5, and then obviously a different CG, which could be somewhere around 33. I don't know exactly. Anyway, let's get these DCDUs turned on, like so. I mean, we're not going to be using them in our flight today because we're not on VATSIM and there's no need to use the DCDUs. But it's nice to have them on. It's a nice feature. Let's clear that off. Awesome. So IRSs will be aligned in 1 more minute. It seems like we've got another message. This is our estimated performance takeoff info. Great. So if we go to menu, ATSU, AUC menu, then performance requests, we can request our takeoff calculations. So departing at a 03 right today, because the winds are 40 at 18 knots. Yeah, mad. So 03 right. We can calculate all intersections. I always have that ticked anyway, just in case it does give an intersection. You can depart from the intersection and give your taxi time reduced. And chase is definitely not needed. It's 30 degrees here. It's not wet. Packs will not need to be off. Winds, we'll just have to click all these in like so. Then we can go and say Toga no, and then config 1. If it doesn't give us to config 1, we'll calculate config 2. If it doesn't give us to config 2, we'll do Toga with the config 1. But for now, we'll do no Toga, config 1, and hopefully we get a response back saying, yes, you can take off with this configuration. So that's queued, and that is now sent. So we're just going to wait for a while until that performance comes back to us. But as we're all refueled and everything's good to go, let's go and get our APU started up. So we're going to get the, not the beacon light, seatbelt signs on, and we'll get the master switch on. APU display comes up here. That's gone on the green. We're just waiting for the flap open, meaning APU can get an air intake. So just waiting on that now. Hopefully soon. There we go, flap open. We'll get the APU started up. Let's go and finish up the MCP or FCD, or whatever it's called, FCU in the Airbus. And that is just setting the initial climb. There is no initial climb per se from the charts. Typically, maybe the ATT will give it to you, but we're going to set 9,000, which is the transition altitude out of here. The speed doesn't have a -- dot yet because we're still waiting on our performance. So, let's go down to here, clear that off. Performance has come through, nice. and it has given us one that it can do. So we're going to be doing flap 1 down of 0.61, just double click that, like so, and we can do full length, we can do delta 2, we can do delta 4, we could do delta 5, nice. Where's delta 5? Let me go look at my charts. We don't want to take delta 5 or delta 4, we just, no. Let's take delta 2. I don't know, actually, let me check IRL if they departed from any of those intersections, because they look like a high-speed exit to me. In fact, it didn't take, it took the 03 left. It might be a single runway up at Athens at the moment because of COVID. But it did actually take off on the high-speed exit, so we'll take delta 4. We won't take delta 5, we'll take delta 4. So delta 4 is this one, so our V1 will be 150. Our V rotate will be 151, and then 152 for our V2 speed, like so, and then we're flexing to 50 for that. That didn't enter. Like so, 50. Then our engine thrust reductions are there. Cool. Sounds like the passengers are on the aircraft. Boarding is, well, baggage boarding has started. That's good. And AP should have started up. It is. AP bleed can go on, external power can go off, and this parking brake is set. Lovely. We get the fuel pumps turned on because that's fine. This seat gets in the way sometimes, so back gets in the way of my click spots. So fuel pumps can go on, like so. Right, let's go get the ND set up. So VORs, they can come into view, and constraints at 10 nautical miles. 20 nautical miles range, terrain on that radar too, and then VORs can go on, and the airport map can go on as well. For those wondering about the terrain radar being on, that's fine. It's not going to fry anyone's brains. Didn't mean to do that. Neither is the weather radar. Modern weather radars do not fry people's brains. You can have them on the ground at stand for a while. I mean, it will do some bad if you have it always on, but if you have it on, do not worry. It's not going to fry a brain after 1 second. Anyway, let's just go to the flight plan page and then clear off the GPS primary message and then go back to the AUC menu. Actually, we'll switch these display around, so this can go to perf and this can go to the AUC menu like so. We've received messages page. And once boarding is complete, we'll get a little ding from GSX. So the cargo doors will shut. And there we go, 100%. So it's a ding soon, and then this cabin door will stay open for a bit. As soon as that closes, we can go and request pushback. Right, go to edit page. We're going to update our 0 fuel weight here. There we go. And then go back to the perf page. And I'm just going to skip the video because sometimes it does take a while. So I'll see you once the doors are closed. Okay, our final load sheets come through. That means the door has closed, which it has. And that should all be good. Yeah, we've got an extra 2 passengers than expected. Okay, we'll set that. And we'll go back to the flight plan page. If you remember from my tutorial for the FSABs, or if you're an FSABs flyer yourself, then you need to go and click interphone them back to VHF, and that should bring up the GSX menu, and that will give up the boarding page. Just click yes to boarding, not boarding, pushback I mean, and here comes the pushback tug. Beacon light can go on, and typically chocks and what's it called? External power gets disconnected itself automatically, but it doesn't seem to do that. So I'm just gonna, oh no, what? It literally just did it as soon as the jetway stopped moving. Okay. Okay then. I'll leave it. So there we go. Because our perf's in there now, we got the nice speed, heading, altitude, everything's all set, ready to go. So just waiting on this pushback here to well, get ready. Just waiting for the menu that pops up saying, hey, which way do you want to push back? Well, hopefully it comes up that menu and not do it yourself or straight push. We'll find out. Yeah, it's edit or straight push. We're going to do a quick edit here, and we want to push back facing towards the west, so we're going to do that. So,
bypass pin inserted.
Alright,
Release parking brake.
so parking brake has been released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Awesome. So, pushback has begun. Let's go and start up our engines. So we'll start the timer. We'll set ignition start. Waiting for the pressurization startup valves to be in the green and stabilized around 40 psi. There we go. Engine number 1 starting up. Lovely. Typical awesome FS Labs. Well, I was about to say engine there, but I meant the sounds, where the sounds inside the cabin are different from the outside. You can hear it differently as you pan through the cabin. It's cool. But GSX obviously can't be changed, so it's very loud. Exciting up there, and that very fast walking marshal. Look at him. So CFM engines don't take too long to start up, and there we go. Just started up there, available. So we're going to start up number 2 now. Should just wait for the grey box to go out. There we go. Starting number 2. There we are. Number 2 is starting up. Start valve open.
Please pay attention to illuminated signs.
So if you can't see it because it's too small, then you can see the N2's rising there. And now N1's going to rise itself to.
Oxygen mask.
Seems to be an aircraft landing 03 right. What is it? It is a Ryanair. Nice. Let's go set the parking brake.
There are 8 emergency exits.
There we go.
The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits.
The brakes are set.
Please be aware that
And GSX will go and get disconnected. So, engine number 2 is now available.
Lighting will guide you to an exit.
Lovely. So ignition can go back to normal.
All baggage on board.
There it is, just rolling out. Oh, it's a special livery. What does that say? Oh, Gdansk City of Freedom. Orly will be happy.
If we land on water, take a life jacket.
Right, pushback has completed. Well, pushback tug removal, I guess you could say, has completed. Just waiting for the wave goodbye. She's just done. Have a good trip. Thank you very much. So let's wait for the marshal to get on the tug, and then we can get taxiing. But we can do the flag control check. So full left, and that's checked. Full right. Lovely. All the way down. All the way up. And then we need to do the rudder full right, full left, and everything that comes back to neutral, and just have full motion, just swing it all the way around. Lovely. So trim needs to be set down to 0.6, there we go, and flag control page doesn't need to be there anymore, so we set flat as 1, the ground support is armed, the vehicle's out of the way, so we get taxi light on, AP can come off, get rid of the parking brake. And we'll set the steering. Just get a bit of power to get us moving. And on our taxi, we're just going to take the left here first to get ourselves into Charlie out of this taxiway, which is Echo. We'll leave this for the arriving traffic that are parking up, so we'll get ourselves into Charlie. We'll taxi down Charlie, and then we'll take a left. Actually, let's forget about Charlie. We need to go through Charlie via Delta 5, and we'll take that right turn, and then go onto the runway at Delta 4, which can be set to max, and for our takeoff config, normal. Predict wind shears off, that is fine. So yeah, we'll take the left here. Ah, wait, is he gonna turn right there? Please don't turn right. I think he's turning right. Oh no, it's not. It's all good. I think it's going to the active runway actually. So yeah, we'll take a left here, and then we'll take a right onto Delta. We'll get ourselves to the Delta 4. Hold short for our shortened takeoff, which is nice. So yeah, with our select temp or flex temp of 50 degrees, we're looking for an N1, my bad, of 90.3%. Take that right turn now. Oh, hello, Rhino. What's it doing? Okay. So yeah, I'll take the left here. This is a no entry. Ah. On the chances to say no entry. So maybe it's... seems like the same sign is over there. Does that mean we can't take off Delta 4? Not too sure on why it says no entry. I mean, there is a blowing hold short. Yeah, no entry either. Interesting. Okay, we'll follow the Aegean to Delta 2. I'm guessing Delta 3 is going to have the same thing. Yeah, right. Give it a bit more power on the N1. And what we're going to do is get the MCDUs up, like so. We'll go over to the ATSU AOC menu. We'll go back to our performance. And we will go and get Delta 2. So, let's enlarge this a bit. There we are. 158 is our V1. And then 160 is our rotate. And 161 is our V2. And then our new flex have to be 53. Okay, so those are our new V speeds out of Delta 2. Interesting. In before, oh no, this is Delta 2 here, isn't it? I thought this was going to be Delta 3 and it's going to be fine. But no, we're good. Right, what I'm going to do is, because I'm lazy and I do not want to wait for the Aegean to take off, my guess is that it is... Was it this aircraft? Yes, got it. It's gone. Do not have to wait for it anymore. So we'll take the left onto Delta 2, onto runway 03 lefts. Right, sorry. So, by the looks of things, there's no aircraft on approach. So landing lights can go on, turn-offs can go on, takeoff light can go on, and the strobe are on too. We'll set the TGAS auto and TAR, and we'll set the weather radar to on, and the predicted wind shear can go to auto. Awesome. So I'll make our way over to the runway, into the centre line. Is that Ryanair? Stop messing about. It has. And oh, look at that. We've got a call from the cabin.
Hello, it's Norman.
Hello, Norman.
That's cabin secure for takeoff.
Cheers, Norman.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Lovely. Right. So cabin are ready for takeoff just in time. So let's get going. So pedal disconnect can go off. We can start our timer. We can bring the engines up to 50%. Just pitch the nose down. That's standard procedure on the A320. Once both engines at 50%, which they are, we'll bring it up to flex. If I can find the click spot. There we go. Man, flex, SRS, runway, auto thrusters blue. Speed alive, thrust set. 80 knots. We set 100 knots central. Keeping the centre line. Alright. V1, rotate. Oh, lag spike, hello. It's bad timing. Positive climb, gear up. Yeah, the gear's coming up, lovely. Should get a right turn soon. There we go, there's our right turn. To our first waypoint. SAT 10. I believe that's 10 miles from SAT or something, I'm not too sure. Find a climb thrust detent zone now. There we go. There's climb thrust set. And we'll get the autopilot turned on. Autopilot 2 is now active. Yeah, because we're flying on the right hand side, we'll activate autopilot 2. If you're flying on the captain side, you activate autopilot 1, but yeah, we're flying with autopilot 2 because we're on the right hand seat. Once we've gone past the slat speed here, we are safe to bring up all the flaps. and slats. There we go. Flaps up. And then we can set ground spoilers to disarmed as well. Flaps and slats are coming up. So nose lights can go off, so that is the nose light and the turn off. The main landing lights can stay on until 10,000 feet. We'll set this up to 34,000 feet for our cruising altitude today. This goes back to the flight plan, and that can go back to the flight plan page 2. Lovely. Awesome. Okay. I'm not too sure why our aircraft's flying faster than it's been allowed to, but maybe it's because it doesn't want to fly that slow. It's not finding it safe. Maybe it would have kept the flat 1 out. That is my guess. It's flying at the green dot speed, as you can tell. Yeah, that's my guess. Anyway, what we can do is, once we finish this right-hand turn, which is rather tight, which is why it's keeping it at this low speed, we'll go and get rid of the speed restriction at ATV. So clear that, insert, and in fact we'll clear off this altitude restriction just because. So now, yeah, it'll start to speed up. Awesome, that's 5,000 feet passing. Finally got a wing view. There's the airport back there. Lovely. Oh, I don't know if you just heard that on the recording, but I just heard a coin sound, and apparently that means someone has just pledged something on Patreon, which gives me a good timing. If you'd really want to help me out financially to keep these videos coming, then you can always go and head to my Patreon page and the link in the description, and you can pay $1 a month minimum. You can get some things in return, like GSX configs. So if you want to pay $1 a month to me, then yeah, link in the description to Patreon. Yeah, I don't think you heard the little coin sound, because by the looks of it, desktop audio has been unticked. So yeah. There's water, sun reflections down there. That looks gorgeous. Anyway, stop looking up there. Down there even. And let's go back to the flight. There's 7,000 feet passing. It's a nice departure, actually. And good time of day as well with the sun reflection. That looks amazing. We're going to fly back over the airport. I mean, there are some clouds, which is annoying, but it's the world. Clouds do exist. So, yeah. We can zoom out to 40 knots. Actually, 80. We'll go 80, like so. Yeah, can't forget itself to lined up. It's just 1 mile off the LNAV, so that's not too bad. So about 500 feet until we set our standard pressure. Like so. So standard pressure, and then standard. So standard 3 times. Lovely. And at 10,000 feet, we'll set the line lights to off. There's a boat over there as well. Hello, boaty. Okay, so 10,000 feet passing, land lights can go off. There we are. I hope you guys enjoyed our lovely departure out of Athens. I will go and see you in the arrival into Paris, Orly. Enjoy the cinematics of this wonderful easyJet A320, painted by no other than the best man in the world, which is me. And I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hello guys, welcome back into the descent into Paris, Orly. It's kind of a new thing. Come back to the video in an engine view. Anyway, I'm just sending past flight level 165. Currently sending down to 10,000 feet. I'm going to reduce that actually down to the ILS altitude here, which is going to be 3,000 feet, like that. I'm going to zoom in on the attendee, because that's very zoomed out. We'll go to 80 miles, same as this one. Actually, this goes to 40 now. So we're on the... what are we on, actually? The wall? The Mole. Wow. Mulber. There we go. Mulber. 5 whiskey. Transition from the DGL 8 whiskey star. And that'll take us to runway 25. So yeah, actually we're coming into the transition right now. So we are expecting to arrive at Orly at 16:36 Zulu, which is in 74 miles with estimated fuel on board of 4.9 tons. I don't know where SimBrief is getting this from, but I don't understand why it's giving us a crazy amount of fuel when we land. I think typically you want to land with 2 tons of fuel, so you get less chance of smashing the aircraft because it is lighter. But, yeah, whatever. That's going to be kind of high. It won't be above max landing weight, so we're fine. Anyway, so, by the looks of things, if we look over here, EBOMA, we need to be below 120, flight level 120, and a speed of 250 knots. We're kind of traveling at 240, it's like in the range. Anyway, and then at Mulber we need to be at flight level 100, also at 250 knots. And then from there on, I think restriction wise it's flying until the ILS, so we can just use the normal VNAV to descend ourselves down to 3,000 feet there for the center fixes for runway 25. And seatbelt signs are on 10,000 feet, so when we pass Mulber we will get the landing lights on as well. If we go to the perf page, you can see the transition flight level is 50, so 5,000 feet we'll set the QNH. But the QNH at Orly is 1017. It's 30 degrees Celsius, and wow, that's hot. And it's well, it's variable at 4 knots, but it's averaging at 000. And the minimums for runway 25 is 487 for our approach stay on the Barrow, like so. We're doing config full, and we'll do a low auto brake. If we go to the ACARS, we can see that we've got ready the stand / gate, so we're going to be arriving at uniform 6. That'll be our stand for park up today, which is nice. Nice feature from FS Labs to have all that information, which is it's just really cool. Anyway, so Airbus It's made it very easy for your descent because you don't have to do much. So I'm going to quickly skip the video until 10,000 feet when we actually have to do something. Okay, here we are, approaching 10,000 feet. We're going to be holding for a bit until we pass the waypoint Mulber, which is fine. We are also flying at 250 knots. And we've got the land lights on. We'll get them all on, just in case I forget. Turn on the nose lights, like so. So there's 10,000 feet. And once we pass that, because we set 3,000 feet, we will descend down to, well, 3,000 feet. So just waiting for the little green dot from on the altitude indicator. And as soon as that comes past, it should come past as soon as we pass the Mulber. Literally at the same time we should pass it, like so. And there we are. Gone past Mulber, down we go again. So the next waypoint is MLN. That's the VOR, so what's that short for? Let me go and use my chart so I can see MLN. Can I not see? Hello? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yes, so it is the melon with the U, MELUN, nice, and then the Villa Roche. I can't speak French, I have a French accent, so I've probably said that very, very wrong. I'm sorry if you're offended. Anyway, there's 9,000 feet passing, number transition altitude 5,000 feet, and like I said, it's like nothing until we have to do something. So I'll see you at 5,000 feet. Ciao. Okie dokie. It's about to pass 5,000 feet now. And QNH that we need to enter. 1017. The winds have just changed, and so has the temperature. We're just going to re-enter those in once we've changed this QNH here. 017. The aircraft's going to get confused. Altitude's changing. There we go. So, 29 degrees centigrade now, and the winds are a bit more stable at 280 at 7 knots. A bit stronger, but less variable. CRV approach speed is 130 with our landing speed of 125 there. We've got the airfield in sight. You can tell it's there because there's flickering senior objects. Yeah, nice. So we know that the scenery is working, and we know that we're close to the airport, which is a good thing to know. This can come down to 20 nautical miles, this can come down to 10. Once we reach 3,000 feet, we're going to hit the decel point, which is this pink D. We are going, well, it will activate approach, and it's going to slow down to 130 knots. Well, it's going to want to. I'm going to restrict it from doing that, and I'm going to make it slow down to, initially it will go like the same speed actually until we turn left. On that left turn, or just before, I'll select 180 knots. So we'll go 230. In fact, I'll select it now. So we'll go 230 knots for now. And once we get down to 3,000 feet, we'll stay there. But just before that turn, I'll set 180 knots and let the aircraft slow down itself, or if it needs help with the speed brake, if it can't slow down that easily. So here we are coming up to 3,000 feet, but because I won't select speed, I'm going to activate the approach myself, like so. So that's now become active. And Norman's come from the cabin. Hello, Norman.
Yep, that's the cabin secure for landing. See you in the ground, bye.
Thank you, Norman. Very kind of you. Cabin is secured and ready for landing. Good. So that means if we go outside, all these window blinds should be open. Yep, position. Nice. So it's 3,000 feet. We're going to be holding here until we reach the ILS. We'll get the ILS system on. And like I said, just before that turn, I will set 180 knots. So we're 180 at, well, we'll set 180 once we pass 12 miles, basically. So we're having that left turn very soon. fact, I'd say about 2.5 miles until we pass then. It's right there, I had to guess. 2 miles until the waypoint. But we'll set 180 knots now. There we go. Round it goes. We'll set the approach. Should grab the localizer soon. And we're just going to do a speed check here, and we can set flap 1 because we're below this double yellow line. So flap 1. And, well, it's not actually flaps on landing, it's just the slat that gets retracted. Not retracted. What's the opposite of retracted? I actually have no idea. Extended, there we go. Get flap, or slat 1 extended. Now we're past the flap 2, we can set flap 2. So speed check, flap 2, and that'll bring our slats to second position and flaps to the second position, like so. I have runway in sight, which is good. AI wise, there's no AI because we're landing into the airport, and AI just never likes to spawn in on the landing airfield, so whatever. And we've just captured the ILS. So glide slope and localizer are both active. And I just want to check the charts here. Missed approach will be at 2,000 feet initially, so we'll set 2,000 in there, like so.
2,500.
2,500 checked. That means we're 2,500 feet over the airport. So once we pass 6 miles, I will click this speed button in. I'll set itself down to the approach speed, and we'll bring gear down at the same time as well. That'll be at 6 miles to go. So we've just gone past 7. The land checklist has just popped up. It says spoilers armed, so we can arm the spoilers. We won't bring gear down or flaps full as of now, but we will do. 6 miles, so speed, auto, manage speed I guess, and the gear can come down now. And once the gear is down, we can go and set config 3. Okay, so gear is down. And we've got 3 greens, so flap 3, and then config 4. So all the flaps, all the way out. We'll let the aircraft just get used to its new flap setting and everything, and then I'll take out the autopilot. Tell these winds are annoying the aircraft, let's say. I'm actually going to increase this approach speed just by 5 knots because of these variable winds. Keep us away from stalling. Okay. So, landing gear is down, signs are on, spoilers are armed, flaps are full, land lights are on, auto brake low is selected. And we can disconnect the autopilot. My aircraft. Okay. Let's get this wonderful Airbus A320 on the ground. Keep ourselves lined up with the runway here. Trying to fight with these. Well, not fight, but these winds are a bit annoying. You make a correction because the winds put you off, then the winds come back again and you didn't need to make the correction, so yes, annoying. Let's pitch down a bit. Getting above that glide slope a tad. We've still got 2 reds, 2 whites in the
500.
on the pappies, which is fine.
400 above. 300. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Out of the throttle, pull back.
5.
There we go. Get ourselves centered and a minimum reverse. There we are. Back in the center of the runway. And decel versus green. Put some brakes on. Okay, we couldn't vacate there, but we'll get the pedal disconnect on so we can have access to the tiller. And we'll vacate right here. Land system can go off. Flight time can stop there, and we've got a flight time of 3 hours and 7 minutes. Those wondering about the landing rate, it was minus 123 feet per minute. So, lights can go off, and to the taxi position, strobe can go off, and we can get the APU started up. T-gas can go to TA only, or standby I mean, like so. And the weather radar can go off too, and the predicted wind shear can go off. Right, clean up, so flaps up, and spoilers goodbye, like so. Start up the APU. Nice.
The crew will
So,
soon be leaving
taxi today, we're just going to come up here, which is Whiskey 36, to transition onto Lima 3, and I'm going to select our stand. So, and bring by Air France. I wanted easyJet, but okay.
If you have any items that can be recycled, please place them on the seat, front and rear.
So I can actually see GSX set up over there.
Smoking is not permitted.
Let's see one stair.
Electronic devices may
Alright.
be used.
So we'll take a left, this next left, which is, what's that? Whiskey 2, so take a left on Whiskey 2, and continue down there to our stand. It sounds of it, the APUs have started up, it is, it's available, lovely. Coming around this corner like Tokyo Drift. Oh well. It's fine. So yeah, we've cleaned up everything, so lights are off, flaps are up, spoilers are down, weather's off, and T-gas is set to standby, so clear up is all lovely. So yeah, just going to make it around this corner, and then we'll go straight into our stand at Uniform 6. There's actually 2 jetways there, it's a big stand, but easyJet Europe do actually operate out the heavy stand, which is nice. And obviously, for some reason, there's no AI, which is really odd. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I do know why. Maybe. I think I know why. But there's no point turning it back on, because I think it's been turned off. There's no point turning it back on just for now, and turn it on and then someone in my stand. How annoying would that be? So, Uniform 6 on the right. In we come. Well, easyJet would typically park on Uniform 5 there on the dash line, but GSX doesn't like that, because there's 2 stands like right next to each other. GSX gets very confused, so we're gonna have to park on the Uniform 6, but it's okay. Just watch the master help us in, and oh wow, really went across his arms quickly. Okay, or her arms, I mean. Anyway, parking brake set. AP's running, so we can turn off the engines. Okay, so PPD can go on, seatbelt signs can go off. Just gonna wait for the N1 to go below 10% on either engine. I think it's 10%. There's like 8% N1. I can't remember, but 10%. There we go. Beacon light can go off, and lovely.
Captain Crew, thank you very much for your hard work today. Your doors are clear to
Get
open.
the jetway connected up. Which one is it? That one there. Nice. Deboarding has been requested. So as soon as that door number 1 opens up, we can go and send off our init/review. So basically everything off back to home base, wherever easyJet's home base is. And there's no knock on the door, but the jetway's not here yet, unless it's the knock on the door from these guys, which is possible. That's very loud. The APU's running. Let's get the external power on. Turn off the APU, like so. And block time. Stop at 3 hours and 20 minutes. Nice. Let's clear up some things here. We can give it like an end of the day sort of shutdown. So We can shut all of the ND back to normal. IRSs can go off, like so. And yeah, we know. Just waiting for door number 1 to open, and there we go. We'll send it off. Block time actually came out to be 3 hours and 19, flight time 3 hours and 6 minutes. Lovely. There we are, deboarding passengers now. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the flight today. The jetway is disappearing. With easyJet Europe, basically easyJet. I will see you in the next video, which could be another FSLabs video, because FSLabs is amazing, and I love it very much. So, I'll see you in the next video, and bye-bye for now.